Yeah, I kind of had my share of operations and treatments, and I, but I try to use this in a way that I got the president of the Swedish organization in 2018. I really thought for a while, quite a while since you had your breast cancer, and are you really, up to date about how care is in Sweden today and everything? And then this came, and of course, to begin with, I was really angry. I was so angry because I just started this mission with being the president and everything I wanted to do, and here comes another breast cancer. And then I thought, well, okay, you have to use this in a more positive way. Probably that's called resilience. I thought, yeah, well, nobody can tell you that you are president, but it was a long time ago you had your breast cancer and you have no idea how it is today. So nobody could tell me that. I went into treatment for 1.5 years with the CDK4/6 inhibitors. I look at myself now as cured. For now, I'm cured. Yeah. Actually, my husband had already had, actually 3 cancer diagnoses before me. So when I got diagnosed, it was like, why should this happen right now, and why should it happen to me? And the next thought was, yeah, why shouldn't it? And I became like in a vacuum somehow. A lot of women who get the diagnosis in the beginning, they feel like a vacuum. They feel like the world around them has stopped. I of course talked to my family and to my husband, because he had already gone through this cancer procedure, and therefore it was easy to talk to him about it. I'm a person that really I want to think for myself, so a lot of thinking I did for myself as well. To have 2 children, and they were, I think, 12 and 15 at the time or something. I had gotten these cancer diagnoses told because the father had this. That was the really hard part, to have to go to them and say, I'm sorry, but I have also gotten a cancer diagnosis. I had done it before. It wasn't the first time, but telling it in a way that wouldn't sound like a death sentence. And I never thought for myself it would be a death sentence to get breast cancer. But that was the real challenge for me, to go to my children and say, well, now I have it too. I had my local breast cancer society in Sweden. When I knew that I would have chemotherapy, then I reached out to them, and they were incredibly helpful. We have in Sweden trained peer support in the local societies, trained from the organization, and that was really a savior at the time. I could talk to them, and we had these groups. We met people with the same experience. That was really, really good. Breast cancer changed my life quite entirely, actually, because with my husband sick, with me, with all the side effects that come with chemo, with endocrine treatment, and you don't get rid of it like that. You have to live with it. And since he also had this cancer, I thought, well, this is what it is right now, and I just have to face the fact that we have cancer now here, and we have to battle that in some way, and I go all in somehow, so I volunteered in my local organization to to be a peer support to start with, and then I got into the board, and then I got to be a president, and then I also started, because of my husband's cancer, started to work with a regional cancer association. That was my way of dealing with it, I think, to try and share my experiences with other patients, with also profession. My husband died in 2015. 1 year after, I went to Africa for a month, and in that journey somehow I found back to myself, because living with someone who has spread cancer for such a long time as we did is quite hard. And this journey made me realize who I want to be and what I want to do. And that's actually also the moment where I said yes to be part of the board in the Swedish association. And I really want to make more difference than only be in the local surroundings. I think from there it really changed me. Being an advocate, I don't think it's something that comes naturally, because it's a quite wide expression. If you're not in the politics, or you're not that person that goes and demonstrates or something, maybe you don't have it in you. So it's something that you maybe grow into. And I think I grew into the advocacy when I was in the national board. Yeah, that was kind of an eye-opener. It was an eye-opener that the care in Sweden wasn't equal. All of a sudden, what you read in the papers, oh, the best care, or you were somewhere with the best care in Sweden and everything. And suddenly you realize that it's not like that. Everybody in Sweden does not get the same care and treatment, and we don't even get the same treatment as in other countries. It is something that Europadonna also works a lot with, the equal care, and it's so central. The fact that so many women in Sweden also got this disease, I felt that I had to be a part of that movement to try to change that. Well, actually my priorities is to stay alive and try not to get another disease that could kill me. So that's really something I think about every now and then. But when I don't think about that, I'm really very happy to be in this role I'm at now, because I feel that I can do good for others, and that I can use my experience to make things better for others. And that is really one of my priorities. What I would say, professionally, this is what I do. The advocacy is what I do in my life at the moment. It is also some kind of calling. We're all different persons, and I think I am that person that wants to give back and help others and try to change things. And using this experience back that I have to do something good forward, that is really satisfying for me. And that is something that I really want to continue to do, regardless if I'm now the president of the Swedish organization or not. I think that's something that I want to continue to do in some sort. And I really, really want to change this inequality that is in Sweden, that is in the world. So yes, my priorities onwards is to get so much out of life as possible, because I am aware that I could die being hit by a bus, or get a heart attack, or get another cancer. I have to do this now, because I don't know what's happening with me in a year or two, or next month. My priority is to do what I want to do, what really fulfills me, and I do it right now.